Coming up this afternoon, the Department of Justice is expected to announce federal charges related to what they're calling a violent Minneapolis street gang. U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen and several others are holding a press conference coming up in about an hour. You can look for the latest updates later today on our website. New here at noon, Minnesota's Attorney General announced a new bill aimed at cracking down on Medicaid fraud. The proposal, called the Medical Assistance Protection Act, expands the Attorney General Office's ability to investigate fraud in Minnesota's medical assistance program, known federally as Medicaid. It would give the office new tools to hold fraudsters accountable and increase penalties for those who are found guilty of stealing money that's meant for low-income Minnesotans' health care.
Medical assistance fraud steals from the hard-working taxpayers across Minnesota who are working hard to make sure that we as a state have the resources needed to take care of the most vulnerable Minnesotans.
And there was a similar proposal last year, which didn't end up getting passed. But of course, there's new attention on the topic this session following allegations of billions of dollars worth of fraud in Minnesota's social service programs. That bill is now making its way through the legislature.